Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for the VIcki Boutin design team, and today I'm using the Let's Wander collection to create a layout all about a past, just a trip downtown with the kids. And I've been loving this paper. That's the one that has that beautiful sunset with the hello print on it. It's from the Let's Wander collection, and I swear I did not want to cut it, but I have this picture, and because of the times we're living right now, I wanted to use something that was very vibrant for this layout. So my choice is I'm gonna cut it. I'm just gonna trim it. I have a hard time cutting paper because I love paper so much, but I'm just playing with the positioning of the picture so that when I cut the paper, I can get as much of the colors as I can in one single strip. So my choice is gonna be to take a bit of the top and a bit of the bottom, and I'm gonna have a good strip that kind of represents all the colors that I have on the paper in that big strip. Now that's gonna become the top of my layout. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bring a foundation paper. You're gonna see that I placed the pattern paper that I just cut. I'm gonna place the picture on top of it, and I'm just gonna mark with a pencil exactly what the picture is gonna be. Once I have that, I'm gonna start adding a little bit of mixed media, and it's not gonna take a lot of mixed media because, like I said, I want the paper in the background to shine and help the picture, and the picture is very vibrant too. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scribble a little bit of the colors that are at the top of the paper, especially that yellow, that peach, that fuchsia. You see a little bit of purple. I'm gonna use all those colors to bring them to the bottom of the layout, and what I'm gonna use for that is our crayon. So I'm bringing a little bit of our crayon. I'm scribbling on a piece of acrylic that I have there, and I'm just diluting it with some water. And you're gonna see that all I'm gonna do is I pretty much know where the center line is at. I'm gonna add the diluted pigment onto that area. I'm gonna kind of puddle it in some areas, then I'm gonna tilt my paper forward and tap it lightly on the paper, and that's gonna create those natural drips. And you're gonna see the only thing I'm not liking right now is that it looks like a straight line with little lines hanging down. So to fix that, you're gonna see that I'm actually gonna take my piece of acrylic and I'm actually gonna drag the paint a little bit just to soften that straight line that you see, and that it's gonna help a lot the look of this. Now I'm gonna continue working with this, and the key to to help achieve the same colors that you're on top is to bring a little bit of the peach crayon. And the peach crayon is warm enough, it's a neutral, but it's the color that's gonna help you tie the yellow to the fuchsia without looking blocky. So you're gonna see right now, I'm gonna add a little bit of peach onto the layout, and as soon as the peach hits the yellow, it turns into this really warm orange without being very vibrant. So the peach is gonna take a little bit of that vibrancy and help you tie all the colors together. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna continue working the same fashion. Dilute the crayon, add a little puddle of the pigment to the area, tilt my page forward, and then kind of tap it lightly to create the drips. And I'm gonna add some splatters along the way because it is my project. I love splatters, and in this case actually the splatters are gonna help you just to move the colors around. So now that I'm happy with what the peach looks like, I'm actually, instead of cleaning my little piece of acrylic completely, I'm actually gonna clean a little bit and add the fuchsia color on top of it. I'm gonna start with just a little bit, just because I want to create the gradation color. So just a little bit with the peach base. It's just gonna start taking the different tones that you see in the background in the pattern paper. So again, same fashion, a little bit of the puddle, tilt the page forward, tap it on my desk, and that's gonna create the drip. I'm gonna add splatters just so that I diffuse all the colors together. And I'm gonna continue working. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the yellow just to deepen it in some areas. I'm gonna mix it with the peach because I don't see that much of the peach. Once I added the fuchsia, it kind of got hidden. So I'm just gonna start playing with all those color combinations. I'm gonna add more of the fuchsia and so on. Once I'm happy with that, I realize that I also need to bring a little bit of violet, because if you see the paper, it goes from yellow to peach to fuchsia to a violet to a purple to a navy and almost towards a black at the bottom. And there's a whole bunch of little colors hidden within the hello, but I'm just gonna kind of focus on that the center part of the paper. So you're gonna see that once I have my fuchsia, I'm actually gonna bring the violet art crayon, and I'm gonna scribble a little bit of the art crayon on my piece of acrylic, dilute it, and then I'm just gonna again add it to just some areas. And that's just because, like I said, I want to bring some of the tones. I don't want to just have that yellow orange at the bottom. I want to add some of that violet that's gonna help me again take the warm tones towards the cooler tones that you see at the bottom of the page. So I'm just adding a few drops of the violet. I'm gonna add a few of the drips of the violet, and I'm gonna set that aside to dry completely. And that's pretty much my background. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start working on the title. And I love this alpha. I think I haven't said it enough. I love this alpha. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna kind of customize it for my layout. So I'm gonna spell the word hometown, but I'm gonna split the word into two words. So home at the top and town at the bottom. I'm gonna make sure that they're blocked together. Once I have them in place, and I'm using actually a piece of parchment paper to glue the letters so that I know that I can easily take them out. So once I have them in place, I'm actually gonna bring the same colors of art crayon that I use to create my background to customize these letters. This time I'm actually gonna use a dry application. So for that, I'm gonna use my stencil brush. I'm gonna scribble a little bit of the yellow crayon. I'm starting with the yellow onto the piece of acrylic. I'm gonna use my brush, pick up the art crayon, and I'm going in a circular motion on the acrylic sheet, and that's gonna pick up the pigment. And then I'm gonna start adding the yellow. I'll go in a circular motion on top of the home. I'm just gonna focus on the top part of the home part. Think about the top half part of the word home. I'm just gonna apply the yellow. Once I have that, I'm gonna come in with the peach, and I'm gonna start working, kind of tying the colors together. So once I add my peach, I'm gonna go in a circular motion, repeat it, but I'm gonna work on the lower part of the word home, and then I'm gonna bring the fuchsia and work towards the bottom part of the word home, towards the top part of the word town. Then I'm gonna bring my violet and work on the bottom part of the word town. And then to finish this, I'm actually gonna use a combination of navy, purple, and the key here is gonna be black. The black is gonna deepen the color. It's not purple, it's black. You need to add a little bit of black to deepen the color. So once I apply that, you're gonna see that I'm actually gonna go again, circular motion, pick up the color, and just accent or add the pigment to the bottom of the letters. Once I have that, you're gonna see that what I'm gonna bring right now is a paintbrush that is damped, and that's just gonna go inside of the letters, and that's just gonna activate the color and kind of soften the look or make it more vibrant, and just kind of hide the lines of that I created when I was going on my circular motion. Once I get to the bottom, I want to deepen the color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna dilute some of the color that I had in my piece of acrylic, and then just add splatters at the bottom. And because I had that black, it's just gonna deepen the color at the bottom of the letters. And that's it. I'm gonna set it aside to dry completely and add all the little bit left that I have of that pigment, that dark purple, just as it splatters onto my background. You're gonna see that I'm just not gonna add lots, just a little bit, and then whatever's left over, I'm just gonna add a little bit of that dark purple towards the left of the page. If you see it right now, I have white. I'm just gonna kind of spread it with my brush so that I complete the entire horizontal line that is gonna mark the center point between the pattern paper and my background. So I'm gonna set that aside to dry completely and start working on the layers for the picture before I set everything in place. And it's a very simple layout. All I'm gonna do right now is literally use the same paper by the 6x8 version of this hello paper, and I'm gonna use in this case to back the picture just the top part of the paper. So instead of using the blue part of the paper, I'm gonna use the yellow part of the paper, and that's all it's gonna be for the picture. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut the branding strip of the hello paper, and I'm gonna glue it right underneath the bottom edge of the pattern paper. I just wanted to bring some of that craft onto this page, the craft look of the paper, just because a lot of the collection has that craft tone. So I'm gonna bring a little bit onto the layout. Once I have that, I think that I need to bring some shine, but I don't want to add texture, so I don't want to use my none of the glazes. Instead, I'm going to bring some washi tape. I'm going to bring actually the gold, there's a holographic kind of gold tone in the washi tape. These are the new washi tapes from the Lex Wonder collection. So I'm just going to add a strip of it underneath the craft strip, just to bring a little bit of shine. I don't want it to be that thick, so you're gonna see that I'm just gonna cut a piece of the washi tape, and I'm just gonna tuck it in underneath the craft paper, and that's about it. Just to build up the layout, I'm actually gonna back the picture with a little bit of foam adhesive and then add it to that postcard, and then I'm gonna glue it in place. Once I have that, you're gonna see that I'm gonna try to put my embellishments using the horizontal line that you see. So I'm gonna keep it very simple. I'm gonna bring that vellum tag just because I love the splatters. I love the half that it has a city map. So that's gonna go on the right of the picture, and towards the left, and because I have all that space, that's when I'm gonna place my title. So my title is gonna read Hometown Staycation, and the staycation comes from the sticker, the sticker sheet, the 6x12. Once I have that, I actually found a moped in the chipboard, and I thought that my kids are afraid of mopeds. I made them afraid because I think they're gonna fall down and get hurt, so I told them it's not good for them, so they're afraid of them. So I'm just gonna add it to the left of the layer, kind of help me point out towards all the stuff that's on the horizontal line. After that, I'm just gonna add a few more chipboard stickers and some stickers from the collection, just like I said, to complete the horizontal line. You're gonna see that I bring a few tags and tabs towards the top of the postcard, the top right corner. I added the heck yes, that's from the chipboard, and then I'm gonna bring a sticker from Wildflower and Honey because it said on this day. It has a lot of black, and it has also that holographic look that the collection has, and that's about it. I love how this turned out. Honestly, I had 45 minutes of footage, and that's all it took to put this layout together. All you don't see me do is that I added my Lenso journal right underneath the picture, but that's about it. I love how this turned out. I love the fact that I actually, first of all, I cut the paper, that I was able to bring the colors from the top nicely to the bottom, and that the picture stands out, the paper stands out, that it works all nice together. And I hope you try it. Right now we're going through a difficult time. All of us are going through a difficult time. So, adding some art to your day life is gonna just brighten up your day. So try it. Bring out Vicki's products, play with them. It's the best time to play. As always, if you have any questions on this, don't hesitate to contact me, and keep safe. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.